So, what's the deal? What's the deal, YouTube? It's OG Scotty B Links. How's it growing, eh? um, so I just kind of wanna. I think I wanna just talk about one of the reasons I sort of like I'm putting my shit out there and my channel and whatever is because like I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be tough or saying like I was, did more dope than this guy or whatever, which I probably did, but I'm just kind of, it's more, I'm trying to sort of show awareness that you can really mess your life up, and the years go quick. They go really quick. Next thing you know, you wake up and you're 50 years old, um, starting from scratch. No retirement, no property. Just bought your first car in years. That type of shit, right? And I'm just starting to get on my feet, and it's still not easy. I live in a very expensive city. My rent is very expensive. Just the gas over here is a lot. It's it's probably the highest expensive living city in Canada, where I live in Vancouver. And I'm in North Vancouver now, which is sort of it's like one step down from West Vancouver, which is like one of the richest zip codes in Canada. Like, I live in the city that has the richest zip codes in Canada. So it's tough. And one of the things that I'd like to do is, when I went back home, I don't know if not many of you have seen them, but if you go back in my old videos, there's like some vacation videos of when we went to Manitoba to my wife's reserve, and we stayed there for a bit. And her father passed when we were there, which is like a huge thing. Like, it took us over a year to save, so we were able to actually pay rent here and leave. And to tell you the truth, my dad even helped me because my credit is shit. So he basically hooked up a credit card in my name. So I really, I really had to have, I'm 50 years old, right? Like, fuck, man. But we had to get out there. And, when my dad met my wife, and I'm like, this is the one, you know what I mean? My dad knew who the guy I was. Like, he saw how I was with women and so forth. I didn't have steady girlfriends. I just had lots of like girls that were friends. So, yeah, he, like I said, my dad helped me for that, and we went back north, and my wife's father died, and it was almost like he was waiting for us. But if we would have went there a year earlier, things could have been a lot different. We might have still been there and stayed there. The plan is to stay there and move onto the property and build our own place. But that's the thing. Like, when you're doing drugs, you procrastinate a lot. Even smoking weed is not the best. It's kind of a crutch for me, because I was, I'm gonna use the excuse, but yeah, I was, severely addicted, and it's legal now, so I can smoke it. But there is a lot of different medicinal qualities for it. But it also can make you lazy if you don't watch out, right? So you miss a lot of family events. Like, there's a number of Christmases I missed. My mother, this is kind of hard to talk about, but my mom, when I was going in and out of jail, my mom divorced my dad when I was 18, my mom and dad divorced, and I thought it was my fault. So I moved out. My first house I moved into burnt down, and I was just a shit. And I was selling coke, and then I ended up doing some heroin, and I got run over by a garbage truck right basically the same time I tried the heroin. And then I got into the pills, and then eventually, because I got introduced to this heroin, I started using that, and I went back to work. I tried to sue the city. I didn't get any money, and they said it was my fault. Like I was trying to fucking do a insurance scam. Like fuck, I picked a Jaguar, not a fucking garbage truck. Right? But anyways, so then my mom moved to Alberta, where her side of the family is. And as soon as my mom divorced and moved to there, she pretty much cut off everything. And I was going in and out of jail. I didn't have an address, or a lot of times I didn't have a phone. So I slowly lost contact with my mom. And I talked to her once in a while, and then she got Alzheimer's. And the last time I tried calling her, I was in jail, and my aunt had fived, which is so I wasn't able to call her. And so yeah, the last time I tried to call her, I was cut off, and my mom had gotten Alzheimer's. So by the time I got out, and then I got to a shelter, and I was able to I reached out to call her. She was now in a nursing home and had lost her mind. She didn't even know who I was, probably. I hadn't seen her for years, and I never did get to see her again. She didn't know me, or I was taken off the gravestone of my grandparents, because I was all on my mom's side. So that's something you can lose from drugs, right? And yeah, some things you can't take back.